from the service learners at Cal State Monterey Bay with Monterey County Free Libraries, and today I'm going to teach you how to make all natural paint. We're going to be using natural ingredients and non-toxic ones, so normal paints, especially acrylics, they contain a lot of really harmful chemicals and plastics for the environment. So, thinking of ways to use more natural ingredients is not only safe for yourself and, to pour down your drain because you can't pour normal acrylic down the drain, but it's also safe for kids too. They can play with it and not worry about if they get a little in their mouth because all the ingredients we're going to be using are non-toxic. So yeah, let's get into it. So what you'll need is fairly simple. You will need some spices that you think will produce a nice color. So that can be different depending on where you live or what kind of spices you have. If you have some that are expired, they work great for this. But your ingredients for your colors might be different than mine. So today I'll be showing you how to make brown using some cinnamon. And then I'll also be making like an orange with turmeric. And then I'll also be making a yellow with some mustard powder. And then lastly, I'll be making, I think it'll show up a sort of pink color, maybe pinkish red. But I'm going to be using these pomegranate seeds from this pomegranate here. It's winter time when I'm filming this, so pomegranates are in season. But this would work with any fruits, really. Blackberries would probably make a really nice purple color. Oranges might make a nice, orangish yellow color. Limes would probably make green. You can use vegetables too if you want to make a bright green. But keep in mind, if it's not like a powder or a juice, that it might come out a bit chunkier than you want. I tried to use just powders and juices so that our paint color would be consistent and not very chunky throughout. So yeah, that's what we'll be using for our colors today. You'll also need some water and some non-toxic glue. This is going to be our binder for the paint, and then the water is going to be our thinner. So we're going to get it to just the right texture we want. And then, of course, you'll also need some paper so you can test out your paint colors, as well as I'm using this easel that I already have because I paint a lot, but if you don't have an easel, you could just use a paper plate. And then I have this little, popsicle stick. I'm going to use it for stirring. And then I have a sponge brush and 3 different sized paint brushes. So these might be different than what you have at home, but you can make it work with whatever you do have, as long as it's resemblant of a paintbrush, I guess. You could even finger paint, really, I guess. Alright, so let's get into making the paint. Okay, so I've just opened up my glue. So I'm just going to start by pouring a little bit into each one of these containers. I'm going to use these 4 circular ones on the edge right here. So there's not really a particular recipe for this. You just make as much as you want, really. It's kind of something we're going to get the feel of for what we want to be the right consistency and color as we go. So I'm going to move a little bit of this glue to this one, and then also to stringy to this one. And of course we can add more if we feel like we need it, but I wanted to start with a small amount just because I don't know what it'll be like yet. Real quick, I'm going to crush up my little pomegranate seeds. I think these are going to make us a really gorgeous color. Okay, so I've crushed up my pomegranate seeds. Now I'll add some glue to them as well. And then I'll also start adding some of my other spices to the other bits of glue that I have already put down. Okay, there we go. That looks pretty good. I'm using white glue just because I feel like it'll bring out the colors pretty well. But I wonder if clear glue would give a really different effect or not. So maybe that's something you could try on your own if you have clear glue instead of white. I'm sure that it would work out. So I'm going in with my cinnamon first. I'm just gonna add some to the thing. I guess we'll start with that much. Next I'll go in with my turmeric. I think this one's gonna give a really nice color. I found that the ones that work best are things that stain. So you know how pomegranates stain your fingers? Like, I think mine are a little pink on the ends right now because I was touching them. And turmeric can stain your skin yellow. That means they're gonna make a really vibrant color as paint. So anything that you can think of that stains really easily will make a really good, bright, vibrant color because it's got a lot of pigment. So now I'm going in with my mustard. Well, a big chunk came out, so I guess we'll just go with that. Start mixing with the glue first, and then we'll go from there. So I'll start with this pink color. I'm going to be slowly adding water as I go just to thin it out a little bit. Okay, so I've mixed up my pink color and it's looking really pretty. I think this is going to look really nice on paper. So keep in mind there will still probably be a little bit of chunks of glue as you mix, just because glue and water don't, mix perfectly. But the longer you stir, the more uniform it gets. So I'm sure if you stirred for a really long time, you could get every single little bit out. But I'm okay leaving a little bit in mine. Looks uniform enough of a texture to me. So yeah, next I'm going to move on to the cinnamon. I luckily brought enough brushes that I can use one per color so I don't have to mix them. However, I did dry off my stirring tool, so I could use that to mix if I want to. I actually might use it to mix for the first stir around, and then as I go I'll use the brushes when I get to the later part in stirring. So this one's my cinnamon now. I think this should give us a nice, rich kind of brown color. Okay, so I've mixed up my cinnamon color, and I was right. It is giving a really nice, pretty, rich brown color. What's really nice about this is that I can see all the depth of the color, because you know how cinnamon has spots in it that are like light and dark brown. It's looking really beautiful, actually. And you guys know the best part about this is that when we paint with it, we'll actually be able to smell the spices from the piece that we paint. So that'll be really cool. It'll be like a spiced painting. So I found that using the stirrer for the first time you mix it, while it's still at glue in the powder, it works well. But I found that the brush ultimately makes it that nice uniform texture. So I recommend using the stirrer and then the brush, and not the other way around. Okay, so we've got our orange. This one took a little more water than the other ones did, so I wonder if the turmeric is a little thicker than the other spices or not. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. So we'll go in with our last one, which is the mustard. I think this is going to give us a nice light yellow color. Okay, so I've got this nice light yellow color, and our paints are all ready. They look really beautiful. I'm honestly really happy with these results. So I've got my paper, and let's test them out. So I'm going to start with this yellow color that I just made with the mustard. Just paint it on there. This paper is kind of yellow, so you can't see it too well. So maybe this yellow color won't show up as nicely as the others might, but I can see it a little bit. Here's the turmeric yellow. Let's test that out. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Wow, that's a really nice color. I would probably make this again, honestly, because this is a beautiful color. It's like a rich golden. I'm going to try and paint an elephant, so Let's go in with some brown next. So I guess I'll try to give it little eyes, or like, I don't know, wrinkles or something. I guess I'll start with down here on the trunk. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice. I think I'm going to use it as like a shading for the yellow. Lastly, let's do this pink. I don't really know where I want to put it. Maybe I'll give him nice little rosy cheeks or something. Yeah, let's do that. Ooh, that looks pretty. Yeah, that's really nice. I think I'm going to paint over some of that yellow up there, blend these pink and yellow together. When you smear it, it gets kind of thin, and it makes a really light pink color. It's really pretty, actually. So I guess if you wanted a more like rich pink or red even, that you could use like more pomegranate seeds, or maybe in your guys' case, whatever fruit you decide to use, if you use any. I recommend it because this is coming out really beautiful, and a lot of spices I found are more warm colors like that yellow and brown. And fruits are the ones that give you those really bright and vibrant pinks and blues, yellows, and yeah. Alright, so I'll finish this painting on my own time. Won't bore you guys with it, but I hope you guys try this out, and I can't wait to see if you do. If you do make any natural paintings, feel free to tag the Monterey County Free Library Instagram. We also have a TikTok if you're into that. Here's what we've got so far. I'll continue it later. So yeah, please tag us if you make any art with some natural paints. I would really love to see them. As an artist, I love seeing other people's work. It always gives me inspiration. So yeah, thank you so much, and have a good day.